President Donald Trump speaks with reporters before departing on Marine One on the south lawn of the White House, Tuesday, June 23, 2020, in Washington. AP photo / Alex Brandon, CN, hours after the refiling of a lawsuit to block the president's niece Mary Trump from publishing her tell-all book, publisher Simon & Schuster fired back on Friday with a letter telling the new judge that such a ruling would be plainly an unconstitutional prior restraint. Such a restraint is the most serious and the least tolerable infringement on First Amendment rights in the American Republic, the publisher's attorney Elizabeth McNamara wrote in a two-page letter. Since the Supreme Court's landmark ruling allowing the New York Times to publish the Pentagon Papers, courts have imposed an extraordinarily high bar for censorship in advance of publication. President Trump and his brother have been pushing to weaken that precedent. Shortly after Trump sued to block former Secretary of State John Bolton's book The Room Where It Happened, his brother Robert Trump sought to do the same with Mary Trump's Too Much and Never Enough: How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man. The first saga in Robert Trump's legal offensive failed on Thursday after a Queens judge dismissed the lawsuit. After the president's father Fred Trump died, then private citizen Donald Trump, his brother Robert Trump and the Mary Trump signed a settlement agreement said to include a non-disclosure agreement in Queens Surrogate's Court in 2001. The surrogate presiding over matters involving that estate, however, found more than a simple inheritance matter at play. The irrefutable conclusion is, regardless of the outcome of this matter, the administration of this estate will not be impacted one iota, surrogate Judge Peter Kelly's ruling stated. A Dutchess County resident, Robert Trump refiled a nearly identical lawsuit on home turf the next day, characterizing weighty free speech issues as a distraction. No case holds that an otherwise enforceable agreement among family members not to comment about their relationship suddenly violates the First Amendment just because one of those family members later enters politics, Trump's attorney Charles Harder wrote in a 14-page memo. Simon & Schuster's lawyers described Robert Trump's litigation position as evasive. Regardless of Mr. Trump's efforts to make this seem like a small dispute about the breach of a confidentiality provision in a settlement agreement, to which Simon & Schuster is not a party, the relief he requests is among the most extraordinary remedies a litigant can request under the law, a prior restraint of speech on a matter of public interest. McNamara, from the firm Davis Rice Tremaine, wrote, Mary Trump's lawyer and champion, from Gibson Dunn, called the demand to block the book just months before a presidential election extraordinary. The First Amendment unquestionably protects me. Trump's right to participate in the electoral debate by writing and having published her work concerning the president's character and fitness for office, and it independently protects the right of defendant Simon & Schuster Incorporated to publish it as well, Champion wrote. With Mary Trump's tell-all hitting bookstores next month, Robert Trump is trying to avoid his brother's fate in his quest against Bolton. A federal judge, in that case, refused to issue a restraining order after copies of the memoirs have been shipped and excerpted widely, with hundreds of thousands of copies around the globe, many in newsrooms. The damage is done, U.S. District Judge Royce Lamberth wrote last weekend. There is no restoring the status quo. Too Much and Never Enough is scheduled for release on July 28. Like this. Like loading. Let's block ads. Why?
Show your love for him. Click the link in description. Thanks for watching.